Good morning. Welcome to my Tireside chat. It is Thursday. It's not Friday. It's Thursday. And I'm changing lanes. I'm always changing lanes. Always be changing lanes. To get around people who don't know how to drive. It is 7:40 in the morning. I'm leaving for work a little late today. Long story, which I'll go ahead and tell most of it. I'll try to truncate it, but you know how these things usually go. I signed up for a bunch of medical testing that we did also for Kaya Ray and Danielle through this Dr. Wajda, where you run through a huge gamut of genetic blood tests and hormones tests and everything, and you wind up getting like a 30-page report, and then he sits down with you for like 2 hours and goes through every line of it and explains what it means, and if he finds anything wrong or that needs improvement, he recommends usually a supplement or a vitamin or mineral that you're missing or something. In the worst case, maybe like a drug, but he doesn't usually like to refer to drugs unless he absolutely has to. I think I talked about this a little bit already briefly. But in preparing for the hormones test, which is a box that he gives you to take home, and you have to, in this box, there's a tube for a urine test, and then 4 little vials that you have to fill up that are for a spit test. But in order to prepare for the test, you have to avoid for, I think it's like 3 days before. I don't remember if it was 3 days or 2 days before, but I kept putting off the final day of the test. He at the same time he gave me the test, he recommends right off the bat, the only test he ran while he was in the office is he does a zinc level test, which involves, it's this fluid that you put in your mouth and swirl around for 10 seconds or whatever, and you're supposed to describe how it tastes. And if it doesn't taste bitter to you, then that's a sign that the levels of zinc in your body are too low. Which I told him it barely tastes a little bit of bitterness. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, it should be really, really bitter because it's a very metallic fluid. And if you can't taste it, that means you don't have enough zinc in your system. So, based on that, of course, he recommends from these 2 companies that produce supplements that are like pharmaceutical quality. He recommends, he gave me 5 different supplements that I should order and start taking immediately. And there's like one was an AM one and then a PM one. The AM one, which had a bunch of vitamins and nutrients and a couple of supplements in it, which I think was fine for me. And so I started taking all of these. The AM one and then the PM one, which has a bunch of vitamins and a few supplements. But also the PM one, I didn't realize until after I had taken it for 2 nights, has GABA in it, and then after taking it for a couple of days, like the first day I didn't really notice it so much, but after the second day I'm like, man, I'm really relaxed and tired. Why is it that I'm so relaxed and tired? I'm like, oh, it's GABA. And I remember I've taken this before, and it just like sticks in my system, and like I can feel it in my muscles almost. It's weird. And then I was like, man, I'm just like groggy, and I don't want to move. And so anyway, I emailed him, and I told him, look, I'm putting off taking the actual. Of course, this was on like a Sunday morning when I sent the email. I'm putting off taking the actual spit test, the hormones test, because I can't not have my tea in the morning and the afternoon right now, because I need that just to be able to function. And it says on the test that you're supposed to abstain from caffeine. Of course, so all that having been said, by the time I actually took the test, I'd been fasting from the other things it wants you to abstain from, which is tomatoes, bananas, avocados, cheese, nuts, chocolate, which means that like no Mexican food, no pizza, but also I was already, Danielle and I were talking about this, I was already kind of suspicious that maybe outside of just environmental allergies, I also had some food allergies, and because we noticed there was a couple of nights where it was like right after dinner where obviously like I was inflamed internally because I just like went to the couch and just crashed. Hello, yes, I'm getting over too. So, and interestingly enough, actually once all that GABA wore out of my system, was gone, I noticed like those past few days, I'm like, man, I feel pretty great. And on top of that, I was encroaching on like 180 pounds, and you know, my last doctors, well, they usually say for my height, my ideal weight is like 165, and here we are. It's been, I think, maybe like a week since I started that diet, and I'm down to from like 180 or almost 180 to 172.5 this morning, which is great, and I feel really good. And I haven't taken, and it's been like 4 days, I haven't taken any Allegra, or I took a little bit of Flonase yesterday, just because I met with my buddy Craig for lunch, and we sat outside at lunch, but, and then I just I've got like the, not prescription eye drops, but they're like the gel eye drops, and I've been doing a neti pot every night, but my allergies haven't been bothering me, and I feel great. I've been like clear all day, and I don't know, I might stick to this diet for a while. I mean, it's been going good. I'm resizing the text. Oh, I'm getting a message in Teams already. Yeah, we're doing rolling out a bunch of changes at work, and rolling out Microsoft Teams and Windows updates, and we tried it on the marketing department yesterday, that rolling out updates that night before, and it updated Office for all the 4 people in marketing, and two of them had they all kind of had some weird repercussions from that. They were running, they hadn't had any updates in quite a while, and it caused some minor issues for some of them. So anyways, one of the ladies is messaging me about it in Teams right now. I'm seeing it pop up on my phone. But I'm almost to work, and I'm gonna get to rush in and take care of that. Yay! Right off the bat. So that's fine, and I'm hungry. I am hungry. So I can't. So this diet means that I can't. So what I had been doing for like a while is I'd been having those Think protein bars, which is the one that I like. Is basically it's peanut butter. It's 20 grams of protein and no sugar, but it's basically just peanut butter, which is just fat and it's carbs, and protein, which is great. But change the font to 20 just to be able to see it, and then change back. Okay, yeah, all right, I'll be right there. Give me a minute. Good God. Anyways, all right. Well, I'm gonna sign off now. I'm sick of this song. What else do we have? No. What's on the 70s channel? Let's see. Nothing good. Well, let's see, what else do we have? Nope. Guitar Greats. Pantera. Good God. Don't drink carbonated drinks and attempt to headbang at the same time. I'm fine. That's it. I'm leaving. Bye, everybody.